Why has nobody thought about this? Ryan is technically able to survive the Soldier Boy blast without losing his powers because he is the only naturally born suit ever. And we're gonna talk about that more in this video. But anyways, the question everyone is asking right now is how will the boys finish off this story? So let's cover everything that we already know and then speculate and theorize on everything else. So as it stands, we have 1 hour 6 minutes to wrap up the storylines of literally everyone. So that's Homelander, Butcher, Ryan, Kimiko, MM, Starlight, Huey. You get the gist. There's just a whole bunch of people. Even the Deep is in there. So how do you think they're actually going to be able to cram in every single thing that they need to without either killing the pacing or just destroying storylines for certain people? I think they either have to pick the pacing going down the drain or storylines going down the drain. And I think they'll pick the pacing going down the drain. Or they just go on a brutal killing spree and just kill off like half the cast, which is be insane. But anyway, on that line, I think they really need to actually show us Homelander snapping and losing all aspects of his humanity. We've been teased literally every season from season 3 that he would eventually lose his humanity, with all those shots of him talking to himself in the mirror, with the literal perfect meme of him saying, "I am better, I am stronger." That is literally him telling himself and others that he is literally better, he is stronger, that he has transcended humanity. But every single shot of him talking to himself in the mirror is him trying to break that humanity, trying not to be John the human, but be Homelander, the quote-unquote god. From the start of The Boys, we've been shown that Homelander is this unstable man-child who needs love, and that he's always just one event away from destroying a city. Like Homelander literally used to daydream about killing all his haters. So, for the finale, I think that we will get to see Homelander unveiling himself as God on Easter, and seeing that only 3% of his church actually agree with him. So he snaps and just lasers every single one of them in there and just flies through them. It's just sheer brutality. And that sets up everything else with Kimiko, Butcher, Ryan, and Marie. And on that note, Kimiko cannot be the last killing blow to Homelander. It would literally be a Game of Thrones Arya kind of situation. So I believe that since Kimiko never actually got to the 40 seconds required by Sage for her to get the full scale of the power, I think she'll only be able to fry out V1 out of Homelander's bloodstream. Or it would be a really weird thing that makes his powers glitch out, like his flight being able to take place but then suddenly dropping, or his strength being there and then suddenly losing it as well. So it'll be like a really weird fight where he has the strength then loses it, has it then loses it, something like that. Or maybe she's only able to use the blast once. You never know. But that leads me on to Ryan, because we need someone to be able to actually hold Homelander down while that blast is being, well, blasted. And who would be better than the only character who could probably survive the blast? Because he does not have compound V in his blood, so there's nothing to fry out of his blood. And considering that he does have Homelander's powers, I assume that he does have a quite good vulnerability to normal blasts and stuff. So yeah, he should be able to survive this, be able to help pin Homelander down. And when all the fights are done and dusted, with him possibly killing Butcher at the end, we get to see him settle down and have a good family with Huey. Hopefully at the end of the episode we get to see Huey talking to Ryan about, future things, past things, how Butcher was, the goals and ambitions that Butcher had, all of that. We just get to see a human being brought up. Although they are superpowered, we get to see Ryan actually being treated as a human for the first time. And that would be so sweet, wouldn't it? And now for Butcher. Butcher needs to fully show that he is fully driven by vengeance now, and his fight with Homelander needs to go full scorched earth. Like there's literally no other way. The title of the episode is Blood and Bones, and that's a reference to scorched earth, going fully scorched earth. There is nothing that's going to stop them. They're going to go at it completely. Like when we talk about intestines falling out, skin peeling off, being flayed alive. As Homelander said, I don't want to see these guys holding back, and I hope that the writers have written that in, that they just go ham until literally both of them fall apart and die. That is what I expect of them. And on to the next character, we have the Deep. The Deep literally needs to die this episode, either to the fish or by the hands of Starlight, who he assaulted in like the first episode or something. Or if there's a way for them to do both, where he gets to die by the very hands of the things that he loved the most, the thing that he cherished the most, the fish, the ocean, and also by the person that he probably cared the least about, Starlight. That would be so amazing. Like imagine a scene where she either flies him up, and since he's, well, used to the ocean, he's scared of heights and just like jumps off and lands in the ocean. And just like that, he dies to the hands of the very fish, the octopus, the octopi, everything. The sharks, all that. And then we get another Samuel L. Jackson cameo in there because there's no way they got the guy just for that one scene, right? When Homelander does eventually get depowered, I hope that we do get to see a really funny scene of him trying to punch either Butcher or someone or Huey even, and not being able to actually land a proper punch because he never learned the technique to actually punch with human level strength. He's always had superior strength, so he's never needed proper technique to punch. So I imagine a world where he just punch and injure himself while punching in normal power levels. And I think we need to see Soldier Boy as well join in the fight. Him being released from his ice capsule thingy and joining the fight. But apart from that, I think we need to see a conclusion that actually shows what Stan Edgar and MM spoke about. That even without Homelander, even without Supes, the world and the real evil of Prophets will remain and reign supreme through it all. Whether Homelander loses or not, Prophets are more important than everything. So, my question to you is, will they pull it off? I think they could, but the pacing will definitely be off. Plus, the deaths will just basically have no weight, except maybe Butchers and Homelanders. Otherwise, I think the pacing will be the weirdest part of this finale. Although, imagine a world where they actually got the green flag to do all 13 episodes of season 5 as opposed to just 8. Like, the pacing that they already have at the moment would probably have worked out, and people wouldn't have hated so much on episode 4, 5, and most of episode 6 as well. Hopefully they pay us and feed us really well with this ending. But there's a lot on the line and a lot of ways that they can screw this up. But I think a proper death for Homelander can really just make everything work out. So yeah, that's it for me. If you enjoyed, subscribe. You know the shebang. Yeah.